Santosh Yadav with a huge round of applause.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. I always get confused when I look at my laptop. It's still 9 a.m. in the morning. So, a little bit about myself. I'm coming from Germany, not directly here. I was in Mumbai for a few days. And I work as a senior software engineer at Celonis. That's what I do. And yeah, I'm a GD for Angular. Okay, don't kick me out. And I'm also an NX champion. So welcome to my talk about what's new in Angular 18. Okay, oh, sorry, wrong conference. Okay, so I'm also a GitHub star. I've been working with GitHub community very closely. And I'm co-founder for a community called This Is Learning. So we have podcasts, we have our own publications, and it's like we have more than 5 million views for our publication so far, and we have published like more than 50 episodes of podcasts. So in case any one of you interested to come and talk about any topic you feel interested about, just ping me anywhere. I am on X at Santosh Yadav Dev. I am also on LinkedIn, GitHub, wherever you feel comfortable, just let us know, and we would love to invite you. We like to promote open source, of course. That's one of our motto. So if you're doing some open source thing, of course, we would love to talk to you. Okay, so back to my talk. Improve your developer experience, right? So how many of you work on an enterprise app? More than 2 million lines of code? There are many. And between 50 to 100K lines of code, there are very few. So, okay, so I see like some hands like who have been working on enterprise for a long, long time. So most of my career I have worked on enterprise application. That's why I favor Angular a lot. But over the years, I moved my focus more on the tooling part because that's something solving our day-to-day issues. And that's where NX comes into the picture, right? So how many of you have like more than 30 minutes of CI time? Of course, I'm sure like everyone uses GitHub Action, right? And with 2 million of lines of code, I'm sure like you are not building your code in 30 minutes. Anyone who is able to do that? No, right? So, and of course, like you can use GitHub Actions or whatever, but that build time will always increase as your code increases. So let's see how NX can help you here. And this is one thing, like of course, UX makes billions. Like you might have seen this on Twitter, right? And there are companies who are making billions because of UX, right? But DX is actually saves your millions. And it can, right? We did some POC with NX, so I'll share some stats with you as well. So this is my talk about DX, and this is, so I'm here to save your money for your company. Okay, so let's see, over the years I have seen like as a developer, we face some issues like developer experience issue. Of course, developer experience have improved a lot, and we are not writing the code in Notepad++, right? Who remember writing code in Notepad++? Yeah, I did that. That sucks. Okay, so the first thing which I would like to have in a new project is easy to contribute. So I don't have to struggle a lot. I don't have to run behind other developers just to give me KT how to contribute to this project, how to even start this project, how to set up my development environment. This is first thing which we do, right? I mean, most of the companies I have worked with, like, the first 15 days are just to set up my development environment because that's crazy. And then, what about flexibility to introduce new tools? The tooling space is actually growing, right? I mean, over the years, like there are very new tools which are coming. Cypress was there, then Playwright came into picture, Jest, Vitest, and developers are like, what should we learn? Like we started learning Jest, and now there is a Vitest. So it's like a learning curve. Many are struggling with, and we waste a lot of time as a developer to set up all these things, right? Again, one more thing or one more issue we are struggling with is local builds. Even on CI, right? So your test time, your build time, they're crazy. And then you don't have any other option apart from taking a coffee break, right? And coffee is not good for your health. And thanks to NPM, we have one more problem to solve now. upgrading your dependencies, right? So once you start a project, like next year there is some CVE, so you cannot use this package, just upgrade. I mean, but how? I mean, I have to write my code. So it's again one of the problems we are trying to solve. But also adding new features, right? So as a new join in your team, you get thrown a task, and then you are supposed to finish it in a day. God knows how, but you are supposed to. And then now with changing ecosystem, changing React ecosystem, we have again a nightmare. Okay. So let's see. I mean, the nightmare is, of course, there are many build tools, right? Apart from Webpack, we have now Vite, thanks to, Vue.js community. They gave us something new to play with. You have Webpack. You always had Webpack, right? That's the legacy thing. You have ES-Build. You have RSpec now. I mean, they just, I think, did 1.0 stable release. But yeah, that's it. One more thing which we are struggling with is like, how many of you just work on a single project? Probably very few, right? Most of us are actually shuffling between multiple projects. And all the projects you have to build somehow. One thing which is very common is, as your code base increases, your build time increases. So if you have 4 projects, you are probably wasting too much time just building your projects and running your test. And then this is what you do at the end of the day. You just raise the PR and go home. Oh, it's working. It's working. Oh, build chal raha hai on CI, and I am at home, right? So, what in case NX can resolve some of your pain points? How many of you think like building a project, single project with 2 million lines of code is faster than having 100 projects with probably 200K lines or 2,000 lines of code is faster? Like, which one will be faster? Having 200 projects or single project? 200 projects, right? So, NX gives you this functionality where you can break your projects, single project, into multiple projects. Now, the question is how? Like, how we should do that? So, in backend technologies, there was always a concept of libraries. So, you used to create your front end, then, for example, if I go to MVC, .NET days backend, so we had like data access layer, we had UI layer, and then there was business layer. So, we used to always split our code. And NX comes with the same concept. It tells you that, okay, your app code should be smaller, and then you should try to move much of your code into feature libraries. But how to do that? NX gives you functionality, but let's see. I mean, again, the problem is, of course, I have 200 projects, and I'm not changing 200 projects at once. So NX gives you functionality where you have local cache. So let's say if you build 100 projects already, and you try to build it again, those 100 projects will come from the cache. You don't have to build it again. So it's like, it's cache, all the tasks are cacheable. Even your linters, your test, your unit test, your playwright test, everything is cacheable. And splitting them into multiple libraries gives you advantage that you can just retrieve it from cache. So you don't have to build. The main concept is, as of today, we are building the same code again and again and again, forever. NX follows this principle that you should not build the same code twice. You should build the code only if it is changed. You should run the test when it is changed. So that's the whole principle. So all this caching functionality comes inbuilt. You don't have to do anything. You just have to run your build. And introducing your tools. How many of you love writing tools? Many of you, right? But introducing it as part of your code base is very hard. This is, again, NX really shines. It's based on the plug and play system. So you can actually bring any technology, any framework, even your own custom-built, homegrown framework as part of NX. And millions of developers can just use it if they are already on NX. And they are. NX has like more than 2 million downloads already per month. So as I spoke about, like, so enterprises. The only app which is faster is To-Do app with all the build tools. Apart from that, none of the apps are faster. So I'll try to give you a small demo. So this is an NX workspace. Right? So let me run some project, right? So for example, like say you have 100 projects and you want to build what is changed. So NX give a command called affected. So you can say, okay, run the linter for all the projects which are affected. So you don't have to build the project which your colleague built, right? So you just build your own code. Again, you can run the same command, like let's say I already have a lib and I want to build it again. It is fast, it is blazing fast because it's coming from cache. So you can see here, Actually, what NX does, NX knows, like there is nothing which has changed because I built it last night, and it says existing output matches. That's it. So you don't have to build the same code again and again, or even twice. Now, with 200 projects, the other problem is your dependency. Like how to identify which project depends on which project. You can always go wrong. This is where something called NX graph comes into picture. So you can always run NX graph, and it will give you a nice UI. You can say, okay, show me all the projects. Sorry. And it will give you dependency graph. So you can always see like which project depends on which. In case someone tries to break a boundary, there are built-in rules, built-in linter rules, which can stop you from doing that. So I'll just take a few minutes more, and I'll be done. I will not stop you from lunch, for sure. And again, so this is for your local machine, right? What about CI? So NX comes with something called NX Cloud, where, of course, sharing is caring, और होता सबके पास है, but देना कोई नहीं चाहता, right? So NX can actually share your build cache, which is available on your local machine, with everyone. And when I'm talking about everyone is, you as a developer, you can actually get that cache, which is available on NX Cloud. So let's say if I built 150 projects, you have to just build 50. You just get like all the 150 projects built in. Just think about a new developer who joins your team, who has to waste 15 days. Now, probably 1 hour. It depends on your project, right? Because everything for that new developer is already built and available on your cache. It is even applicable for your PRs. So let's say if you push a new PR and someone already built some code, your PR already get everything from the cache. So you don't have to build same code again and again on your local as well as on your CI. Now you can also use it for task orchestration. Like, believe me, no one is just doing build on CI. Everyone is doing like linter, unit test, your end-to-end test. And our task orchestration is very hard thing to do. I mean, in case you are using GitHub Actions and you are using multiple machines, it's impossible to like do this task orchestration and see like, okay, this machine should do unit test, this machine should do a playwright or linters. This is where NX really shines. It gives you a graph. This is from the dashboard. So it tells you, okay, which machine is executing which task. And it knows the order. So it knows the order in which the tasks should be executed. It saves, again, everything's coming from cache. So it tells you, like, these are the agents and how many tasks are completed and how many are in progress. So you can visualize this data, which probably none of the CI provider gives you. And this is the POC which we did for our machine, our project. And we were able to actually save 31 minutes of computation time. It was within few hours. We're not talking about days. And we had cache hit rate of 61%. So as soon as you improve your cache hit rate, you even save more computation time. So this is it. Thanks for coming to my talk. And thank you so much.